Good afternoon. This has been a long journey, but the longest journey has been for the families mostly impacted by this collapse. Long time coming to get Quinyon Wimberly out of the building. It was an intolerable wait. The next will be recovering Jose so that we can turn Jose over to his family as well. The city of New Orleans has pushed for every step of the way accountability as it relates to the fall and the collapse of this development. From day one, our chief of fire, Chief McConnell, has been my lead on this. Chief, come on up. And we'll give you just a little bit more information and really just go to questions that you may have at this time. It's a very difficult time, but it is a good day, I would say, for Miss Irene and the entire Wimberly family. Chief?
As Mayor said, certainly is with mixed emotions. Obviously, helping to get the Wimberly family some more closure in this process. It is a widow Quinn, our faith and the family's faith tells us he's been out for a long time. But getting them the remains and getting that closure was very significant for them, and it's just a step in the process. And as the Mayor said, getting Mr. Collins' family the same closure is important. The men and women of the fire department, the USAR team, did a fantastic job. They did this, a lot of planning. This morning they tell me we were lucky. There was no luckiness. They worked very hard to make sure that this was done in a very precise way, to make sure we got all of his remains. We are certain that we did that. They got, as you saw the process play out, scraping the floors off floor by floor. So the men and women of the USAR team, which is not just the fire department, there's New Orleans EMS, and when we go into deployment, the police and other departments were fantastic throughout this. Did it very professional, did it very respectful, and I want to thank the contractor and his folks that have been here boots on the ground and have worked to help get it done, and it got done finally in a way too long period of time, but just very grateful that it's done, and immediately we are starting on the next step. Mr. Collins out before we ask that we're not giving him time on it. It is going to be as difficult as this was. It was going to be probably way more difficult and complex because of where he's located in that pile on the Grand Park Street side. But that work starts immediately.
Yeah, Mayor Cantrell, what makes you cry today?
What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? No, seriously, what kind of question is that?
Seriously, I was asking you how your pain today comes from the pain of the family.
Absolutely, that's what, I mean.
WWL.
Mayor Cantrell, what have you been saying to the family? I know you guys have been in communication with them since the beginning. What was the conversation like today? And if you wouldn't mind describing that emotional consoling you and McConnell both had with the family, why was that so important, do you think, throughout this whole process?
They have, one, definitely a part of the fabric of the city of New Orleans, the family is. But clearly, the relationship has grown significantly between the chief and I and the Wimberly family. Every week, we meet with the family. Every Thursday at 11:30. Pre-COVID, it was formal, meaning personal in my office. Going through COVID, it has been a conference call, but every week. When we started the mission to recover the remains, it grew to every day. Because the situation has remained so fluid, we wanted to assure the family that they were being kept informed every step of the way so that we can do our best to prepare them for what the situation would be. Even today, and even yesterday, we thought that we would get closer to him. We did get closer to him. We anticipated his recovery on yesterday. Yesterday evening, then that grew to this morning, potentially around noon. The chief was in constant contact with me throughout the morning. And of course, me being in contact with the family. We got here, of course. We moved the family in on site days prior to today, and they will remain in the hotel tonight as well. I cannot put words really cannot even describe what it felt like to see the bucket come down. See, my family is right here as well. And then receive his remains and go to the coroner's office, setting it up to where reverence every step of the way so that the family could surround themselves, come together, surrounding the remains of Gwen. That was then led in prayer by Father Weiss, using scripture. And then a family prayer led by Reverend Minnie, niece to the family. Also following prayer was song that we joined the family in, of course. The words cannot really explain or describe not only the pain, but also closure that they've been wanting for 10 months. And as Ms. Wimberly told me last night, there's nothing like a mother's love. But even in ways that I'm a mother, that I can't or haven't even experienced just yet. And of course, the loss of a child. So, I don't know if I'm giving you what we want. I'm just giving it to you how it is. But this has always been about safety and the families being first, and that of the tragedy that was caused. And it's unfortunate. And we'll be with the family, literally, because now it's the next step. One, getting closure that they need, the grieving that will go on, but the justice that we all seek as it relates to this tragedy. So that's where the shift is right now. Clearly the shift is there. And I expressed to Dale Frank, who's the brother, that we're going to be with him. And today and actually tomorrow, accused body will go for a full autopsy. Then we'll go to Baton Rouge for a thorough forensic investigation. That could take up to 2 months, I'm told. We're preparing our family for that. But it's necessary because we want to fully document the pain and harm that was caused that rendered death. And therefore, that will be needed to seek the justice that we're all are pushing for this family, for this community, for the city.
Madam Mayor, I'd just like to say, he phrased it better than I did. I'm so sorry.
And I'm sorry.
That's all right. He phrased it much better than I did. I really didn't mean any offense.
This is something that we're all going through, right? And it's new for all of us.
I did not mean any
And I
offense.
know that. And I want you to know from me, as well. I appreciate it.
Chief, along the lines of it being new for you, any new firefighter, rookie firefighter, is grows pretty accustomed to dealing with families with tragedies. I'm sure you did some time ago, but you don't anticipate 10 months of this. I'm wondering what kind of a weight it's been on you and on the fire department and the people around you with this constant concern and pressure to reach this day.
It is. It's hard, and they've been, particularly the folks that are out here. I have several members of our department that have been here every single day since the start. They're here that morning, and they're here every morning, before 6 o'clock for their safety briefing starts at 6. So, I haven't had a chance to talk to the leader of that team, Captain Danny Simon, other than on the phone, because I was going with the family over to the coroner's office. But I'm going to go in and talk to them. But I know it's got to be emotional for them too, as it is for me and for everyone. It's certainly a first step in closure that they also recognize, and he said to me, we're ready to go get home today.
Last question.
They're very focused on what they do, and they're very professional.
Yeah.
Chief, you talked about, you talked about pivoting toward justice. Do you want to see criminal charges against the people who built that? And where would, and what is the status of that? And is it a state or a federal investigation into the criminal act?
Well, as you know, in terms of, it is an investigation, absolutely, as it relates to at the federal level. OSHA, has been involved. OSHA has rendered its report, but the full extent of the report, we're still waiting on that. As you know, that it is in a part of the judicial system right now, and it will continue to move through that process that the city of New Orleans has no direct authority, nor control over.
You want to see criminal charges?
I want to see justice for the families as it relates to this tragedy that they experienced, and of course that the city has experienced.